Hi everybody, and welcome to Fearless Me TV. And today at the art table, we're going to be getting our swirl on. I'm going to do a swirly swirl paint with some really pretty colors, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips first. The first thing I wanted to tell you about is once I mix my paints, if I'm not storing them, because I don't like to do this after I store them, but if I'm not storing them and I'm going to use them right away, see these little bubbles in there, those air bubbles? What I like to do is go ahead and pop them with a blowtorch. I just like to do it once or twice like that. And it gets rid of all the bubbles. And it goes down pretty far because I don't want to keep this in storage and do it that. If you do that first and knock off those bubbles and then put the lid on it and you store them, that just dries out the paint even more because now you got a top layer of paint that's warm. So you don't want to do that. You only want to do it right before you use it. And then you can do some slow swirly turns like that. Mixes it up a little bit. Double check your consistency and you're good to go. The other tip I wanted to tell you was that these things here, I liked them because they were on sale, so I got them. These are the colored little stir sticks, little wooden craft sticks that you can get. Don't get them. I'm telling you right now, don't get them. I was actually I'm going to use up the ones that I have, but I'm not going to leave them sitting in the paint. I don't like to leave them sitting in the paint long anyway, but I only had this yellow one sitting in the paint for just about 3 minutes. And I ran back to the bathroom, and I came back and went like this. I could see yellow swirls around there, and that wasn't, see, there's yellow already right on the end there. Can you believe that? And this stick was dry. So don't buy those, you guys. It's not worth it. All right. The other thing I was going to tell you guys for one last tip for today was when I do a negative pour, sometimes I call it a positive space pour. It just depends on what I'm doing. So when I do a pour like that and I put paint on the outside or paint on the canvas, I like to use something with a fine tooth comb to spread it around. So that way I get it moved around more. Instead of just using like a tongue depressor or a popsicle stick, I kind of like to use one of these type of 3 things. And when you go like this and you kind of really move the paint around, and if you use this side like a regular paintbrush, once you blow it with the air duster, you should spritz it with water. So that way the bristles stay separated and the paint doesn't soak up into the brush. But I like to use these because it really moves the paint and you want it to move around and not just like this and have it fall off the canvas, and it's actually too thick in some spots and not thick enough in another. But anyway, well, I use both. I still use the tongue depressors and stuff like that, but I have found out most recently that I kind of like using the hair pick. All right, everybody, let's get started. Here's today's mix, everybody. We're going to get our swirly swirls going. I've got my cadmium yellow. Then I have my aqua green mixed with the Key West. And the Key West color comes in this apple barrel type of container that I get at Walmart. And I mix those two together for my aqua color. My green is a mixture of 3. What I have in here is a deep green, which is a permanent acrylic by Basics, mixed with my parakeet, mixed with 3 drops of food coloring, which is more of like an ink pigment, and it kind of gives it a nice pigment and it stays longer. It's like a stain almost. Then I have my ultramarine blue and my dioxide purple. I think I said that right. Yep. And then in my white, it's just white. Oh, actually, in my blue, I have the ultramarine blue mixed with this phthalo blue green shade. And I mix those two together. Okay, and then my white is just 2 whites mixed together. I got my titanium white. That's mixed with a gloss apple barrel. And I mix those two together, and of course I added water to all of them. And then I will show you in another video how I mix my paint.